Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Movies with D, and that's me. Today I am reviewing the film The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man is directed by Lee Winnell, who directed a movie I really enjoyed. I think it was either last year or the year before, Upgrade. He's also did Insidious. He did one of the Insidious films, and he wrote on a handful of films as well. Stars Elizabeth Moss, and you guys might know her from Handmaid's Tale. Still haven't seen it, but I will eventually. Handmaid's Tale. She's in Us. She's in the Kitchen, and she's great in everything she does. Also has Aldous Hodge and Storm Reed, who's in Wrinkle in Time, and I loved her in last year's Don't Let Go. Really good young actress. Basically, the story is Elizabeth Moss in a domestic abusive relationship, and she finally gets out of it. And when she gets out of it, she hears that the guy she was with committed suicide, so she inherits all this money. But then, lo and behold, the guy is not dead. You know, he's dead, but to everybody else. But he found a way to make himself invisible, and he's torturing her and making her feel crazy in the process. So before I get to my positives and negatives, I gotta say, anybody who's seen me in the my reviews in the past, I'm not huge on. I like really good horror, like Get Out, Don't Breathe, The Quiet Place. I love those type of horror movies. But my issue with a lot of horror movies is I put myself in most characters' situations, and it's a horror movie trope that people do some stupid crap. It's like you shouldn't. Who does that? And so that usually takes me out of films. That makes horror movies harder for me. But anyway, let's get to my negatives, and you'll see why I said that part in a minute. My first negative is actually another trope that you see in domestic movies where somebody's been domestically abused and they're finally planning to get out. So you make this plan to get out, right? You finally say, you take the hard step and saying, I'm going to get out of this situation. But why is it that whenever they do, they put their bag, they have all these clothes they got to put on, they got to, maybe sometimes they got to even pack, and they got all these things they got to do at like 1 in the morning while the person's asleep. And I get it brings tension, but it's annoying because like, who would do that? If I'm trying to get out of this situation, and I haven't been in it, so maybe I'm wrong, or maybe there's reasons why you have to do it this way. But it's like, okay, what are my essentials? I'm gonna give them to whoever's picking me up. I'm gonna give them to them, and they put it in their house or wherever I need it to be. So I ain't gotta grab that. All I gotta do is put on some slides, something quick, easy I can put on, or maybe it's easy to put on some running shoes and throw on some sweats over whatever my clothes are, and get out of the house. It's not let me go feed the dog and say goodbye to this person and stare at this picture and stuff like that. And I'm not saying all that stuff any that happened in the film. No spoilers, of course. I'm just speaking in general. But anywho, that's one of my negatives. My other negative no, I'm sorry. My other negative that goes with that, same part of it. If I'm having somebody come get me at some odd time in the morning in that situation, first off, I would tell them if I can. If I can, I'd tell them. I mean, if they're picking you up, you should trust them enough for that, right? But two, like if I tell any of my close friends, like OJ, Adrian, any of those guys, I need you to pick me up at this time, which is like one something in the morning or somewhere weird, and I need you to be on time or early. They ain't gonna be on time or early because there must be a real reason. And I'm even gonna be like, if you when you get there early, turn your lights off and so nobody can see you, blah blah blah. You shouldn't be late. And when I come to get in the car, we shouldn't be having a conversation. It should be dive in the car, we driving off so we can get away from this situation. Not like we shouldn't be lollygagging, asking me all these daggone questions. It shouldn't be, I'm gonna put my bag in the back, then I'm gonna walk around the car 3 times, then I'm gonna think about if I really want to leave and blah blah blah. It's like, stop, get in the car, get out of there, you gotta go. Anyway, um, that I had one more, didn't I? I had one more. Oh, this one's kind of it kind of paid it eventually paid off because it was like yeah, it eventually paid off. That's not really a negative. It was a negative at first, then they fixed it. Later on, it paid off. But anyway, let's get to my positives because I have a lot of them. But of course, my videos are shorter, so I'm just gonna give you a couple. Firstly, the easy one is Elizabeth Moss. I mean, Aldous Hodge and Storm Reed were great too. But Elizabeth Moss, this is her. She kills it. And if she doesn't kill it, then it wouldn't really work. She does great as she always does in these roles. You believe that like she really believes she's crazy. She's really tormented by this person. Like she's great, and that's goes without saying. I mean, she's just a talent. But another thing is Lee Winnell, man, his directing style and what he chose to do and the tension that he builds throughout the whole film, like beginning to end, it's tension filled, and it's fun. It's crazy because this is a specific movie where you are playing with somebody who's invisible, so that he would be on the people, they'd walk out of the room, and then he'd pan right back and be like, and we as an audience are like, is there somebody there? Did something move? Is he messing with her here or whatever? Which it gives it. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's like Paranormal Activity at all, but it gives you that same feel that Paranormal Activity gave because you're like, did something move? Am I tripping? Did I miss something? Blah blah blah. Like it gives you that moment, and you're trying to look for footprints and all that kind of stuff. So that it gives you a lot of fun there. And to go with that tension, actually, um, you know you're really invested and the tension's good when it gets you to be audible or you're moving or stuff like that because I'm pretty good at in film now so I'm not very audible a lot and I don't move like I'm just watching and I'm into it. Maybe I'm shifting around but like I'm not moving. But like this and a couple other movies will get me like, come on, what are you doing? Hey, blah blah blah. This it's like, oh man. It was like if you're in that if you're that invested, you're enjoying yourself. And another thing, I knew I forgot something with a negative. This is in the trailer, so you definitely see it. But I forgot all about this. To go back to my negatives, because this is frustrating, very frustrating. It goes back to logic. If you're being, like we've all been in an apartment or a new house that we've never been in, as a whether it be kid or adult, and you're like you feel you're being watched, so you do one of these. Somebody there, hey, you do one of those, right? If you're in her situation where you're being watched by somebody invisible or somebody tormenting you, and you decide to go get a knife to protect yourself. For one, you're not getting one knife. You should get two. You got two hands. Why wouldn't you use two hands? And the next thing is, if you think somebody there, you swing. You got two hands. I'll spin around circles in this bad boy to make sure this person can't run up on me. Because if you run up on me, you should get cut. And that just frustrated me because it's like, yeah, what are you doing? You just sitting here with the one knife looking around like it's a gun and stuff. Like, no, you swing. You swing on somebody you can't see. Because the only person you're going to hit is the person you trying to because everybody else you can see. But that was a negative I forgot about. It killed me because I'm like, you are not doing a good job at defending yourself from an invisible person. But back to my positives. This is my last one I'm going to give. They did a great job at letting the invisible guy make her look crazy to everybody else. It was very believable, and it even gave me a thought. Like, yeah, it's like you think about people in the insane asylum and the things that they do, and they're like, they're over there. This person's doing that. Blah blah blah. And it's like, dang, she looks just like one of them. The only difference is we know there really is a person there and if we were the people in the movie, we'd be like, you're crazy. Nobody can make themselves invisible. It's a movie, but they do a great job at that. And the ending and everything paid off. This is a really fun film and a film I can really talk about a lot. So, hurry up and see it so we can talk about it. But with that, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to click that subscribe button. It helps the channel, and it also means whenever I do a review, you'll get a notification. If you're watching on anything else, like, comment, and share, because I definitely would love to hear what you guys think. Am I tripping on some of the stuff like with the people trying to get out of the house and they got to grab their bag and put on their shoes and they put on heels? Like, am I tripping on that? Am I out of line, or is it a real thing and I'm right? But I'd love to hear what you guys think. That's all I got for you guys today. Deuces, and I'm out.